Hey everybody! Yes, you'll be watching this on the 4th of July of 2023, so happy 4th of July when you guys are watching this. I'm currently recording this on the 15th of June though, because as I've mentioned before, I'm trying to stay a step ahead and everything while my mom is off during the summer. She will not be going back until at least August 21st. So throughout this time, even when she's off, I'm going to try to get some content out there for you guys to watch later on until she goes back to work or I go back to work first, whatever comes first. But anyway, back on June 15th, when I'm recording this, I did a tier list for 80s cartoons. So I figured for today, July 4th, 4th of July, I've decided I'm going to do a 80s Saturday morning cartoon list to follow up on that. So what do we have here? Well, the categories are simple. Must watch on Saturday mornings. In other words, that was something you had to watch right away, which me and my sisters did. Second one is watch on Saturday mornings when repeats were on. That means basically either I was watching the show when it was repeating during that time frame of repeats because I didn't catch it the first time, or I was watching it because there were repeats of a show already seen. Kind of win-win. The other one is didn't watch as much on Saturday mornings because, of course, other stuff on, and maybe there was family gatherings, if you will. And then the other one here is cartoon was both a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. What that means is basically the cartoon could be seen on Saturday mornings and even before Saturday mornings on the weekdays. So, it falls into that kind of category, excuse me, if you will. And then the other one is didn't watch on Saturday mornings either because there were other shows I was watching on at that time, or I was just too young to remember. So those are the categories, and these are the shows right here. So without further ado, we're going to start off right here at the top with Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yes, this was a must-watch on Saturday mornings. That was a must-watch. But what's funny is not only is it a must-watch, but it was a cartoon on both weekday and Saturday mornings as well. So, yeah, it was a must-watch, but it's also a cartoon that was both on the weekdays. Beetlejuice. This is a show that I watched on Saturday mornings with my sisters when repeats were on and everything. So, if there was a repeat of a show I already saw, I would tune into Beetlejuice and watch that if it was a new episode or a repeat of an episode we didn't see. Bionic 6, this is going to go into, I believe, the category of both a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. I do remember seeing it on the weekday very briefly and also watching it, and I think even seeing it briefly in syndication as well on Saturday mornings. Black Star, I didn't watch because I couldn't remember. Brave Star, I think, was more of a, like I said, Saturday morning, weekday show. Camp Candy, didn't watch as much on Saturday mornings, but I didn't see it. Captain N, yes, I did see that. On there, I watched it on Saturday mornings. Care Bears, I think that was a must-watch for anybody. Tales of the GoBots, again, it's going to go in this category here. Cops, yes, I watched that, and that was, on repeat. I think that, for me, that was a must-watch as a kid. I think that was. Defenders of the Earth, I'm going to go with saying, right here where it's both the weekday stuff and everything. Dennis the Menace, not as much. Denver, definitely in this category here, because I remember it being on a Saturday morning and a Sunday morning, but also on the weekdays as well. Dino Riders. I know they did try to specifically put syndicated cartoons for Saturdays, so I'll put it on there as something I didn't watch as much. I did see Droids a little bit as a kid, so I'll put that up here. I think it was a must-watch for me when it came out, so I'll put it there. Can't remember. DuckTales, that's basically here. Didn't watch Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, I've talked about that before in the previous tier list. Galaxy High. Galaxy High. Didn't watch. really didn't know about it that much. Ghostbusters, Filmations, Ghostbusters. Put it up here. Didn't watch as much on Saturday mornings and everything. And I know that was a Saturday morning cartoon because that's how it started. And even though it went to syndication weekdays, it was mostly Saturday mornings. G.I. Joe was both a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. Gummy Bears was a must watch on Saturday mornings, even though later on they went to weekdays. He-Man, same thing. It was both Saturday mornings, Sundays, and and Saturdays. Oh, weekdays, Saturdays, Sundays, and weekdays. And I do apologize for the spelling of weekday. I put the E in there by accident. That's my fault. And everything. Heathcliff, basically, it was a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. I know that the early interpretations of Heathcliff was Marmaduke and Dingbat, but him, the Cadillac Cats was both, both ways. Hulk Hogan's Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling was a must watch. There was no doubt about that. You can't get around with that and everything. Inhumanoids, I would say didn't watch as much. In fact, I'll even put it down here as, one of those shows like Dungeons and Dragons because of what it had. Inspector Gadget, both syndicated and Saturday mornings. Jason the World Warriors, I do remember being mostly Saturday mornings. But I also remember being kind of the weekday show too. So I'm going to say it was both. Gem was a Saturday morning, Sunday cartoon. And it was one of the shows that, for my oldest sister, was a must watch on Saturday morning. So I'll put that up there. It was a must watch for her. Jetsons basically was a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. Same with Zelda. Mask was, I think Mask was a Saturday morning cartoon, so I'll put that up here. It wasn't a must watch, but I was a fan. I did watch it when it was on, especially when there were repeats. Muppet Babies definitely was a must watch for anybody back then, so I'll put them there. My Little Pony, depending on how you feel about it, I'm gonna kind of go with G1. My Little Pony G1 is being watched on Saturday mornings when repeats were on. That's how I'll put it. Rambo, that to me, was both a cartoon on the week. I think that was a didn't watch on set. That was I think that was a weekday. I can't remember, but I know it was. I think it might have been. Right here. I didn't watch it as much. I watched it, but not as much on Saturday mornings. Real Ghostbusters definitely was a must watch. You can't get around that. Definitely a must watch. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, that was a weekday cartoon, but depending on how you view it, it goes in this category. RoboCop, same thing, the original animated series. Robotech, I think that could go and didn't watch on Saturday morning, maybe, but I did see it, and I did watch it on the weekends. Actually, I watched it on the weekdays too, so it goes in this category here. Scooby-Doo Mysteries, that was definitely a must-watch on the Saturday mornings, there's no doubt. So that was a must-watch, Scooby-Doo, new Scooby-Doo Mysteries. She-Ra was a cartoon that was both Saturday mornings and weekdays. Smurfs definitely was a excuse me. Definitely was a must-watch on Saturday mornings. Snorks, yeah, I watched them, but I watched them on repeats and everything. So they can go there. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I didn't watch as much on Saturday mornings, but I did see it. Starcom and the U.S. Force, or U.S. Space Force, I didn't watch on Saturday mornings, but I think they were more of the, that's kind of interesting. I'll put them right here. Super Mario Brothers Super Show, that's going to definitely go here too, because that was a Saturday morning cartoon with Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World cartoon adaptations, but also a weekday cartoon with Super Show. Same with Thundercats. Gotta put them here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's an interesting one because that was a must-watch on Saturday mornings, but it's also a weekday cartoon, but I'm definitely going to put it up here in the must-watch category. Transformers. I'll give it a pass and say it was must-watch when it went to Saturday mornings after the 87 season. The final season went to Saturday mornings on syndication, so I'll put it up there as a must-watch. Visionaries. That was more of a weekday Saturday morning show. Same with Voltron as well. And then Wuzzles, I'm going to put that up here somewhere. That was I'll say it was a must-watch because it was Disney. And my family being mostly Disney at times, enjoyed anything Disney. And really, that's about it. That's about it for the categories here. So yeah, it definitely looks like the cartoon was both a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon really won out here. Well, the one that came in second was must watch on Saturday mornings. So, the must watch on Saturday morning cartoons, they consisted of Care Bears, Cops, Droids, Gummy Bears, Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, Gem, because that's where she started, Saturdays and Sundays, Muppet Babies, Real Ghostbusters, New Scooby-Doo Mysteries, The Smurfs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when they became more exclusively Saturday mornings, Transformers when they became Saturday mornings for a bit, and the Wuzzles when they started out. In the second category of watched on Saturday mornings when repeats were on, Beetlejuice, Captain N the Game Master, Mask, My Little Pony, Generation 1, and Snorks. Didn't watch as much on Saturday mornings, Cap, Candy, Dennis the Menace, Dino Riders, Filmation's Ghostbusters, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and Rambo, The Force of Freedom. And then, cartoons. Cartoon was both a weekday and Saturday morning cartoon. We have Alvin and the Chipmunks, Bionic 6, Brave Star, Challenge of the GoBots, Defenders of the Earth, Denver the Last Dinosaur, DuckTales, G.I. Joe, He-Man and the Masters Universe, Heathcliff, Inspector Gadget, Jason the Wheeled Warriors, The Jetsons, Zelda, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, RoboCop, the original animated series based on the original movie, Robotech, She-Ra, Princess of Power, Super Mario Bros. Super Show, Thundercats, Visionaries, and Voltron. And then the ones that rounded out, didn't watch on Saturday morning, Black Star, Dungeons and Dragons, Galaxy High, Inhumanoids, and Starcom. But yeah, that's basically about it, guys. And I'm going to save this, if you will, and everything. So there we go. Gonna save that and everything. And yeah, that's about it. That is about it, guys. I'll provide a link for you guys to use when you get the opportunity. But let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts on the categories here? Again, I do apologize for the misspelling there on weekday. But give me your thoughts. Love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And until then, have a safe and happy 4th of July. And super chats are open during the live chat, guys. I'll put that in the description. And until then, guys, I'll talk to you all later.